Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a pretty radical and, frankly, unsettling idea that the entire age of human labor might actually be coming to an end. So let's break down how we could have possibly gotten to this point.
Okay, so before we can really look forward, we have to look back, way back, at the one simple rule that has pretty much defined our economies for thousands of years.
For most of human history, the equation was really simple. Economic value came directly from the work of human hands and human minds. That was it. That was the foundation for everything we built.
And this timeline really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? The era of human-centric labor isn't just a chapter in our history. For all practical purposes, it is our history. Our entire civilization is built on this one model. Then, things started to shift. But at first, it was a change that felt, well, familiar. It seemed like just another evolution, something we could all get our heads around.
See, the first waves of technology, all that early automation, they were just tools. They were built to help us, to augment our abilities. But they never really challenged our place at the center of it all. We, the humans, were still the most essential piece of the puzzle.
You could almost think of early automation as a partner. It took on the boring stuff, the dangerous stuff, the heavy lifting. Yeah, it helped us calculate faster and build bigger, but at the end of the day, it was all there to assist our judgment, not replace it. The key thing is, we were always in the driver's seat.
But here's the thing. The core argument in the source material we're looking at today is that this comfortable partnership, it's over. We have arrived at a genuine breaking point, a fundamental, unprecedented turn in the story of work.
And this is the central thesis right here. The claim is that what's happening right now isn't just another upgrade. It's not the next logical step. It is a total and complete rupture from everything that has come before.
So you have to ask, right? Why? What is it that makes this time so fundamentally different? What separates artificial intelligence from every other technology we've ever invented, from the steam engine all the way to the calculator? Well, the answer isn't really about what the technology does. It's about what it's now capable of replacing. And this is the absolute key distinction. In the past, we automated single actions. We automated tasks. A machine lifts a heavy box. A calculator crunches some numbers. Simple. But today, AI automates entire job functions. It automates roles. It doesn't just assist the supply chain manager, it is the supply chain manager.
So let that sink in for a second. The crucial point here is that AI is now stepping into these complex, cognitive decision-making responsibilities that, until now, were exclusively human. This isn't about replacing muscle anymore. It's about the mind.
Which means the biggest target for modern automation is no longer manual labor. It's the very core of what we've always called knowledge work, those jobs that are built entirely around making decisions.
So, this leads us to the final and maybe the most profound consequence of all. If human labor is no longer the main engine of the economy, what on earth happens to all the value it used to create? Now, you might think that if jobs go away, the value just vanishes. But that's a huge misconception. According to this analysis, the value doesn't disappear at all. It just shifts. It changes form, and maybe most importantly, it changes location.
This is what our source calls the Great Structural Shift. The foundation of our economy literally moves away from millions of individual people doing their jobs and consolidates into a centralized technological infrastructure.
So if value is no longer flowing from the work of millions and millions of people, where does it go?
It concentrates. It flows to the owners, the creators, and the controllers of these vast, intelligent, automated systems. The value that was once spread out across millions of paychecks now becomes incredibly concentrated.
And that brings us to the stark, final conclusion of this analysis. We're not just talking about the end of some jobs for some people. We're talking about a fundamental rewrite of the entire relationship between humanity and economic value itself.
The system is changing. What we've looked at today is only one single signal of that monumental shift. The question is, are you ready to understand the next one? Thanks for joining this explainer.